Last week, an Arizona witness captured something so unreal, it almost shouldn't exist. A silent glowing sphere drifting above the desert, hovering, pulsing, before it suddenly split into 3 separate lights, as if reacting to the camera itself. Moments later, the objects merged again and shot upward with impossible speed, disappearing into the night sky without leaving even a trace. Encounters like this aren't supposed to happen, but they are happening, more often, more publicly, and with movements that defy every rule of physics we understand. In tonight's video, we break down this footage frame by frame and compare it with 2 other sightings from different states that occurred only hours apart. Coincidence or coordinated activity? We're about to find out. The witness was driving home after a long shift near Flagstaff, Arizona, a quiet stretch of road surrounded by pine forests and open sky. But on this night, something unusual caught his attention. A bright, perfectly round orb hovered just above the treetops. No sound, no flicker, just a steady, unnatural glow cutting through the darkness. He slowed down, pulled over, and began recording. And that's when things got strange. The moment the camera focused on it, the object seemed to respond. Its light grew sharper, brighter, almost as if it was adjusting itself. Then, in one fluid motion, the sphere appeared to split into 2 faint halos before merging back into one solid orb again. A maneuver too smooth for any known drone, too controlled to be a reflection, too deliberate to be accidental. And the witness later admitted something chilling. It felt like it noticed me. As the witness continued filming, the orb's behavior shifted again. It began drifting sideways, smooth, controlled, almost gliding, without any sound or visible propulsion. No wobble, no hesitation, just perfect, linear motion across the sky. Then it stopped, instantly, like someone hit a cosmic pause button. For several seconds, it hung there, motionless, as if observing something. Maybe the surroundings, maybe the camera, maybe him. And that's when he noticed something even more unsettling. The area around the orb seemed to distort slightly, like heat haze, but in cold night air. A shimmer bending just enough to make the edges of the object look unreal or cloaked. This wasn't a plane, it wasn't a helicopter, and it definitely wasn't a drone flying on consumer-level tech. It felt intelligent, deliberate, aware, and then everything changed. Without warning, the orb released a brief flash, silent, sharp, almost like a pulse of light. Not bright enough to illuminate the ground, but precise, focused, as if signaling or scanning. The witness instinctively lowered the camera for a split second, just a reflex, and when he brought it back up, the object was already moving, not drifting, not accelerating gradually. It shot upward in a perfectly straight line, so fast the camera barely caught the blur. No sound barrier crack, no engine noise, just a clean, impossible ascent. In less than a second, it went from hovering silently to disappearing into the night sky. No fade out, no shrinking into the distance, just gone. The kind of movement no human aircraft or drone has ever been capable of. And that's the moment the witness realized, whatever this was, it wasn't trying to escape. It was completing a mission, or avoiding being seen any longer. What happened next is even stranger. After the object vanished, the witness noticed something he hadn't seen during the sighting. A faint distortion in the sky, almost like heat haze, lingering exactly where the craft had been seconds earlier. It wasn't smoke, mist, or lens flare. It was a ripple, like the air itself had been bent or displaced. As he reviewed the footage in slow motion, the distortion became even more apparent. Each frame showed a brief warping effect, as if the object had slipped through some kind of field or barrier rather than simply flying away. And this detail matters because it matches dozens of reports from pilots and military radar operators who describe UFOs not just moving, but phasing out of visible space. In other words, whatever the witness recorded didn't just escape, it transitioned, and transitions leave signatures if you know where to look. What makes this case even more compelling is the location. The sighting took place less than 40 miles from a dense cluster of military airfields, restricted airspace, and long-running test corridors. It's a region known for unusual radar returns stretching back decades. But here's the thing. None of the nearby bases reported training exercises, low-flying aircraft, or classified testing that night. Even more suspicious, FAA radar logs for that exact time window show a brief target loss event over the same area. An object detected for several seconds, then gone without a trajectory. No descent, no climb, no directional exit, just missing. Combine that with the visual distortion caught on camera, and the pattern becomes harder to deny. Whatever was in the sky over Colorado that night wasn't behaving like a drone, a jet, or any known atmospheric craft. It followed its own physics, and then it disappeared on its own terms. A second clip, captured by a local resident, shows a perfectly triangular formation hovering low over a commercial area. The three lights remain completely stationary for several seconds. The witness confirms it did not move, change brightness, or act like conventional aircraft. Even nearby streetlights failed to reflect off the craft's surface, indicating it might have some unknown form of stealth or cloaking. Suddenly, two lights vanish, followed almost immediately by the third. Lightning briefly illuminates the area, revealing no trace of the object. Whatever it was, it seems to have sensed the recording and vanished instantly, leaving only questions in its wake. The final clip comes from a passenger aboard a commercial airliner. Through the window, a pure white, tic-tac-shaped object glides across the sky at low altitude. No wings, no lights, no exhaust, just smooth, controlled motion. It appears perfectly symmetrical and completely disconnected from atmospheric turbulence. Enhanced footage confirms this is not a plane, drone, or balloon. Witnesses report tracking it for several seconds before it disappears from view. Every frame reinforces the possibility that these are highly advanced, intelligent craft, perhaps visiting Earth for reasons still unknown. The evidence is clear. The phenomenon is real, mysterious, and ongoing. These sightings and documents confirm one thing: we are not alone, and the skies hold secrets far beyond our understanding. Keep your eyes open, stay curious, and remember, what we see may only be the tip of the iceberg. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to stay updated as we uncover more astonishing UFO evidence from around the globe.